Hello, welcome back to another vlog. September, we made it to September, to spring, glorious spring. I look forward to this season every year, not to anticipate my life away, but I really look forward to it. That, and I used to always have a weird thing about autumn. I didn't love autumn until I moved to this region, and I'm like, it is glorious. Like, the color is spectacular. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm Nawsheen and I run a little pottery studio in Yass Valley, which is in New South Wales in Australia. And it's called Whistle and Page. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. So as you can see, I'm standing in front of the kiln this morning. I put it off yesterday. I was meant to open it yesterday and I just put it off. I had stuff to do and I was like, I'm a bit nervous. You know me, always nervous in front of a kiln, but I'm a bit nervous because I have a lot of like student work in there and coffee. Okay, I have a lot of student work in there and some of them are very chunky, so I'm a bit nervous about that. And then there was an experiment that was happening. I don't know if I told you guys, but while I was glazing, I was washing my brushes, right? And I was saving that skanky water. And then I thought, well, instead of chucking it, like, it just seems such a waste. So I was like, I'm just going to paint it on some mugs and see what happens. One of the other reasons why I'm nervous about it is because what if I do like it? Hear me out. So the things that I've painted, I'm not 100% happy with the form. Like, I'm not really happy with, I had a vision. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're functional, they're fine. I'm just not happy with them. So anyway, so what if I like the glaze and I'm like, well, I don't like the form. Anyway, should we open it? Like, we're at 13 degrees. I really waited. Okay, let's get going. Let's just turn it off. I'll turn it off at the wall later. Also, I got a new mic. Am I better? Like, can you hear me better? I hope so. Gosh. That was thanks to one of you guys letting me know, Nawsheen, I can only hear bits and pieces of what you're saying. Anyway, are you ready? I'm not ready. And I feel like I'm standing on the wrong side. Anyway, okay, let's go. Oh. Yeah, exactly what I thought. It was just brown. Oh, something did explode in there. Oh my God, why no cone? Oh, frick. Oh no, that's the cup that I really like. Okay, something did. I see a definite explosion in there, but let's start with this. First of all, I'm a delight. Oh, it ran really hot, I think. It's a lot smaller than it's always the way. It's like, I'm sure I made that a lot bigger, but look how beautiful that clay is. Isn't that gorgeous? A little bit rough. Oh, but I love that. And it's got my little, the handle feels really nice. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, what's next? This is the other commission that I was, new plan. Fuck it. That is gorgeous. It's I can't remember which, oh God, I cannot remember which clay it was, but I love the shape of that, hey? And so I don't know if you remember last month, I was saying because I used to do plaques. I should have brought one in. I used to do little round plaques, and then I would write my little whatever. But I was finding that it wasn't giving me enough space, and I like it's less heavy also, and I like that it's just like a little cloud. Anyway, I'm really like, what do you think of this? I'm really impressed. I love that. Okay, so hopefully Alicia will be happy with those. This, oh my God, why? Why are you doing a funny, oh, it's okay. Never mind. It's not good. Like it's on there, but it's on the side. And this one was the one that I made for my husband. That's a fine looking high horse. And I wanted this to be in the petrichor because it's coming into the house. And basically my new rule, I have so many rules for myself, no one else, just me, is when I bring stuff into the house now, I've decided it's only going to be petrichor. So like, I think I mentioned this previously, but it just means that it doesn't matter what it is. It kind of still feels like it's part of a set. That it just, I love that. I'm just very, very pleased with it. Are you? The handle feels really nice. Although, you know what I'm just realizing? He's left-handed. So I really should have, oh, that was the other thing with the plaque. So I was finding that it was harder to kind of drink out of if you were holding it this way. Like it was tricky. So now we won't have that problem. Oh, I love that so much. And this little bit, I just, sand it or something. All right, who exploded? Oh, it's one of mine. Oh Lord, I made that so badly. Look at this. This was my tulip thing that I made. It was really thick. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's so thick. So what I'm gonna do, and really when a piece is like this, you just go, oh, okay, thank you for the experience. Goodbye. Oh yeah, no, that's not uncomfortable. So the way I could fix this is actually glaze it again and refire it. But like, let's just make another one, right? Just say goodbye to things. But anyway, that's very sad. That was not for me to keep, actually. Oh, the oil pourer. Look at it. She is a fabulous. These were the ones that I was worried about, and they are just fine. I didn't sleep, guys. I was like, did I let that dry long enough? And then I was looking through the calendar to see when the workshops were on. And so I dried it for 3 weeks. So I'm like, nah, I should be right. But what a shame. Anyway, look at this. Isn't that awesome? Gorgeous inside. Little crack I can see. I'm just going to test it out and to see if it holds water. So this is one of the participants, and she does all her glazing in this fabulous midnight medial. I love it. And the other oil pourer, let me show you the other one. Oh yeah, this one's excellent. No cracks. This, she always does hers, this part of, she does it all in my petrichor, and oh my God. Should I keep this one? No, I can't keep it. Like, it's not mine. But it's beautiful. And yeah, it's heavy, but it's not uncomfortable. Oh, I love that. Okay, what's next? Oh, this one? Oh, God. What was that? Oh, that was the... Oh, yeah, it got attached here. So I'm just going to sand that off. But This was the mug that I was obsessed with because of the shape. It kind of has like a witch's brew type cauldron-y, I don't know, look to it. And I just really, really like it. And look what the glaze is doing. Do you know, I had a few of you say that, like, when you received your stuff, you were like, wow, the photos don't do it justice, which is so lovely. But so it doesn't come out, you know, in camera, like what this glaze is doing. As close as I get, it won't matter. It just, yeah, which is a really nice compliment. But like, just the way it drips and stuff. And then I like this shape too. See, can you see? Like, yeah, anyway, very happy with that. That's very good. And this one I made for myself. Minding my small business. Isn't that so cute? Very happy. And look at the drips. Oh my gosh. Obsessed. Very nice. Okay, this was the oil pour I made. I made with it in the workshop. There's some sharp bits in there because I don't know, I didn't clean up properly. But this is just for home. I just put one little dimple. Yeah, that feels really comfy. Cool. Hooray. Okay, did anything stick? No, nothing stuck. Thank the Lord. All right, next layer. I'm just going to put it on the floor because, you know, why not? Next layer, Swamp Chic. Just brown. They're beautiful though. It's a beautiful brown. Even coverage. So these were the experiments. Ooh, some weird thing is happening here. Look. I love that. The foot ring is teeny tiny, but she's sweet. And like a set now, see? Look at these. I was doing these lines to keep me, see these lines? I was doing that. I was like, oh, that could be where the glaze pulls and stops. But I don't really have runny glazes, so I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm not going to do that again. That was a weird momentary lapse. This one I really like though. Wow. So can you see the difference in the clay colors? So that's a little bit warmer and that's lighter. I wanted to test it all out to see, like, going forward what I'm gonna get, you know, stock up on. And it's gonna be this one. I just love it so much. I just love it. And I want to do more stoneware. This is all mid-fire stuff, but I want to do stoneware because durable. I've been meaning to do it for a longest time, but I think it's time now. Oh, this one was, look at this. This one was one of the candle, this is a workshop one, a candle / incense burner thing. That's not for this one. It's a different color. I'm not sure what color that is. Very strange. But yeah. Oh, yes. These look very different. They all look so different, don't they? Gorgeous. Look at the color. I really like that color. Very happy with that. 2 more. I made this as a gift, but I don't know if it's big enough for what I wanted. Like I think I wanted them to be taller. I've made 4 more. So I'll show you. So I'll put those on the shop. I'll show you. So that's kind of, see, like, and when I fire it, it'll probably end up this size. But I think that's kind of the size I wanted. So I've got 4 of those that I might glaze up in the same glaze. Okay, next one. Ooh. All right, so this one is for this one, see? And so you've got like an incense holder and then beads go in here, these beads, like so, and they hold more, obviously, but they hold the incense. They've got no glaze on it, so oil, you know, the essential oil, whatever. So as you warm it up, it releases. It's really cool. I love that. But then, yeah, this is the other one. Oh, that is so, look. That's sweet. Isn't that lovely? So that's a workshop one as well. Beautiful. What else we got? Oh, this is my mum's. Her first little thing that she threw on the tutu. Threw on the wheel. Oh, I like that. That's the same as that. This one, that's the same color, but I love how matte that turned out, and that's more glossy just because of the heat work, the difference. What? Oh, look at this. What? Stop it. So this is a wall hanging, and there's meant to like be a candle in here. Are you joking? That is stunning. So she was thinking, oh, I don't know what color, like she was gonna do like a peachy pink, basically, because she wants it to disappear on her wall, right? But I just think I'm so glad she went with the white, because it is just, oh, beautiful. Well done. So that's the I'm not gonna put that, just hang on, give me a sec. That's the 5-week hand building course that I do. So I did that with her, and she made heaps of awesome things. And 2 little ornaments. So this is meant to be for this. Like, we were just gonna do a little charm, you know, tie this to some leather or something, and then it'll just be a little sweet charm. Yeah, I think that's a cute idea. And this, the maple leaf is for this big boy. Look, so not to stick it on or anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Just have like a little leather that you would string it up with, and then just have it hanging on the neck. Yeah, I think it's sweet. It'll be lovely. Coffee. All right, what's next? So that's the that's the kiln unloading with a little bit of casualty. Not bad. I'm very happy with it though. Like, otherwise it's lovely. If it were me, like, I would still use it, but you shouldn't, because it's broken and you should let go My plan for the rest of the day, I really just want to go inside and have a sleep because I'm exhausted. The weekend, today's Tuesday, the weekend and Monday has been very difficult. I don't know why. Like, I've been a bit emotional, which is not like me. But anyway, I'll get over it. I'm fine. So yeah, I kind of just want to go home and sleep, but I'm not going to. Do you remember the red clay? Yes, well, I never actually did anything with it. So I didn't chuck it, like it's still doing its thing. So I was thinking about wedging it up. So I'm going to clear all of this up. All the pieces that need a bit of sanding, like these are commission pieces, right? And I want to get them out as soon as possible. And all the workshop pieces, I want to sand all of those. So it's ready to go, and it's like one thing to not worry about. I've got 4 platters and 5 cups and a massive vase. Remember this vase? Let me show you. Just behind you, I'm coming right back. This has dried for like, I don't know, months. This guy, look at this beast. Look how big he is. And I was like, I don't know, I don't know. I just don't know if I should. I'm worried, like there's bits here, right? Here, this is the part. It's gonna pry open. So I might bisque this one and see how it goes. And then I worry as well, like that's a lot of clay, right? Should I even worry about bisquing it, or should I just start again? And probably not, hey. I've got some of that magic slip that I make, so I'm gonna put a little bit on there, I think, and let it dry today, and then I can put it in there. Not much else would fit, I think, once I get these guys in there, so I'll do that. I can load it up for a bisque. Yeah. All right. Stick around. Good to see you. All right. Okay, so I did a thing. I just wanted to show you. Remember the red clay that I was talking about? So these things, they're like plasterboards, right? So I still haven't got around. I have plaster. I just still haven't got around to making plaster bats or plaster, like slabs to dry my clay on. But I got these from Bunnings, and I just kind of dry it on there. And sometimes when I'm a bit careless with it, see how, because it's got a layer of paper over it, and so the paper comes off, and I just take that off, and I'll just take you, and I sanded these. I sanded all of them, so that's all done. I was going to take some photos of these guys, but I just took them over here. I just set up a little, my workbench is, elsewhere. This is my maker's table, but I just set up this is for the slab, this is for Sybil, but I just set it up so I could wedge on it. I just find for my height it works better. And then some of the bits were really, really hard to wedge up, but I did my best, but I weighed them all. So remember, I use one of these, I don't use a digital one because you keep having to change batteries. Anyway, I just weighed them and I just put them in there, and then I just poked holes. They're not too they're not too dry. I poked holes and put a little bit of water, and then I don't have a label, so zippy, And then I just write on there what it is. I write the percentage, what it is, like a kilo per, you know, bit. There's 11 kilos in there, which is amazing, right? Because that's like over a bag of clay. And then like just the bisque and glaze info. So I keep that in there, and so the paper doesn't, usually what I would do is cut out the bag and just pop it in there. And then I cover it, make sure it's actually like, see, it's not covered properly. So I'm going to push it down, cover it really well and let it homogenize. And then maybe like, I don't know, before I get ready to throw, I will actually do the proper wedging for them and prepare them for the wheel. With these, I think I'm either going to make canisters, like little baby canisters, lidded ones, or alternatively, I don't know, like handmade bowls, or maybe just normal bowls. I don't know. I haven't decided, but yeah. So I just want to use that up. I actually found two buckets? Yeah, 2 more buckets. So actually 3 buckets. I found 3 buckets of other clay. So I found, just bring you along this way, I found this bucket that I have already prepared, like I put a kilo on it, and so that bucket it's all ready to go. So I've just put it next to the wheel, and so they're like a mixture of I don't know what clay. And so with that, I'm gonna fire it. It's all practice, right? Like whatever. I'm going to fire it to cone 6 just to be sure, because there might be like, it might just all go to shit, but whatever. Like, and then I found this one. This is stoneware. Look at it. Look how disgusting. Anyway, I'm going to have to sort that out. How am I going to sort that out? Oh, look at it. And then I found another one. This is cone 6. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to sort that out too. So I thought, you know, spring cleaning, I'll get the studio, like these things, they've been waiting around for a long time, so I'll get it done. Good morning, guys. It's totally the next day. Yesterday I was actually quite busy. I did a few things before I headed inside. You know, I was like, I need to go home and have a nap. No, I didn't. Instead, I actually was like, I really need to get on top of this reclaim. You know, because otherwise it's just such a waste. Like I can't just keep buying bags of clay when there's loads just sitting there waiting to be recycled. So I did the red clay. There's about 12, there was 12 kilos of glorious red clay. I put them in I have like 11-litre buckets, because like I find that manageable. If I had massive buckets, then I'd fill it up and then it's just hard to haul and stuff. Anyway, so I put them in the bucket, and they're quite airtight. They're great. And so what will happen is that it will homogenize, hopefully, and then it'll be really easy to wedge out when I decide to throw with it. And then I found some white speckle clay as well that had been sitting there, I reckon, for years. Tea. Also, this is my new mug. I've already had a cup of coffee in it this morning. What a pleasure it is to drink out of something that you've made yourself. That's just a side note. Anyway, so the white speckle clay, there was about 7.5 kilos of that. That was really good. And so I wedged those up really, really well into 500 grams. And I don't want to throw with them. I want to use them in my workshops, because it's such a beautiful clay, and white is often, I find, better to use in workshop settings, because it's not so like surprising. Like you're like, oh yeah, okay, yep, it is what it is. And then with glazes, Like it just looks good, I think. Anyway, and speckle, so it's really beautiful. So I did that, and then there was another lot. I found another bucket with like stoneware clay in it, and so the stoneware clay, it was a lot of slip, so it needs to dry out. And I haven't done my plasterboards or bats yet. I want to do that as the weather warms up. So we have hit spring, but like today it's cloudy and it's raining. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but the birds are loving it. I've got king parrots, I've got cockatoos at the back, obviously always, but kookaburras as well. Cookie and Kevin, they've arrived for springtime. And did I say king parrots? Yeah, king parrots, cockatoos, kookaburras, and currawongs, they're always around. And what else? Just beautiful, like rosella, like, yeah. And you can hear the magpies. They're our resident magpies. They're always around. They're gorgeous. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so as the weather warms up, there goes another one. As the weather warms up, I will do the plasters, because I bought big, like, what are they called? Buckets? No. Bins? Plastic tubs. I bought plastic tubs that I was like, okay, that's kind of the size I want. And I want to make multiple. I want to make at least 4, I think. Yeah, I want to make 4, and I'm going to put them under the shelves, so that's where they will rest, and they'll be on casters as well, so I can wheel them out when I need them. That's my plan. I'm making a Bunnings list, because I need some buckets. I need some like plant wheel. You know those plant holders, plant trays, things that's on wheels. I'm going to put the buckets on them, and then I think I'll get some just extra casters for when I make the plaster bats or slabs, whatever. So yeah, so at the moment they're drying on. What I use is plaster boards. You know, that's just like gyprocky stuff, and you can get them in like, I don't know, maybe it's a meter by meter, maybe less, I don't know. They're just sheets of plasterboard, and they've got paper on top, which is no good for the clay, because it just like sticks to it, and then you've got paper through your clay, whatever. But it actually works great. So what I've done with the really slippy one is I put tea towels down on it, and then I put so it will take weeks, I'm sure, but I have it right next to my workstation, so I can keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't dry out too much. But easily, I reckon there's another 12 kilos in there. So that would be really, really great for when I start to do stoneware again. I don't know why I stopped. I love stoneware stuff. That was always the intention. And then I started buying all these clays because, like, you know, I wanted to experiment with, like, because a lot of commercial glazes you see are for cone, 6, which is mid-fire. And so that's kind of why I was doing it. But actually, I could keep the glazes quite simple and just have a stoneware. Anyway, just thinking out loud. Okay, so I also have an exciting workshop this Saturday. I don't do Saturday workshops generally, but the community where I live, there's like a real, like, everyone's like, we'd come to your workshop, but like, we need to come on a weekend. I'm like, oh yeah, true. So I'm trying to do at least one workshop a month on a weekend. So locally, I mean. So this one's really exciting because it's multi-generational That's so cute. And then like another a participant that's coming as well. So it's just 6 people, because I don't like workshops more than 6 when it's like in my home studio setting, because I want it to be really intimate. I want it to be really like nurturing, and where they can just stop for a minute, you know, and just take it. Like, I don't want it to feel like a class. I want it to feel like, you know, someone has welcomed them to their house and they're being looked after. I don't know. So I keep it to maximum 6 for those workshops. But then I want to start doing, do you remember last month I took you to the school that I'm teaching at? I want to offer like weekend workshops there, because they have a really beautiful space and they've got a kiln at hand. So it would be, I don't like the kiln, to be honest. It's a manual kiln and I've not yet fired it, and it makes me so nervous. So I'm gonna make pieces that I could potentially just bring home and fire in my kiln. I'll just see. I'll see. But yeah, I want to do weekend, like Sunday sessions for there, and that's out in Canberra. So it's not so much like people don't have to travel so far into the countryside. They can stay in town, and it's kind of in the heart of, it's not heart of the city, but it's pretty close. So I think that would be easier for people. That way I've covered my bases as well, you know? So you've got the country vibes, and you've got like, okay, this is a workshop and we're going to have like, I think maximum I want to have 15 to 20 people in the class, no more. And then there's other exciting plans to do other workshops in other spaces. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm hopeful. Yeah, I find that working in a studio by yourself, and when you're self-employed, you do kind of you're just in your space, right? Like by yourself. You don't have colleagues, and I just miss that connection. So the workshop feeds that. Like, it really helps me go, oh yeah, no. I kind of get that connection. And then also for the community as well, I think art is so important, isn't it? Like, it's so important, and I know it's trying times. I know it's how hard it is, and workshops are expensive, and I get that. Yeah. I just think it's really important. I mean, so is food, and paying the bills. Like, I'm not blind to that. But yeah, I want to make it as affordable as I can. Obviously, I'm always very conscious of that. But yeah, I think it just provides a little something. Anyway, that's my reflective chat on the couch. I think I'm procrastinating. I had the kiln on last night. I just did a bisque fire. I don't know if I brought you along for that. Maybe I did. But I needed to bisque that big vase and a few other... Yeah, I did. I was talking about it. It's at 300 degrees, so I can't open it yet. So hopefully tomorrow I'll open it and I'll glaze some stuff. The other thing I need to do for today, so with a workshop on the weekend, I have to do some work for it. I met the mum and her daughters, so she's bringing her mum. So there's a grandma, there's the mum, and there's 2 girls and her sister. Anyway, the 2 young girls, whatever. The 2 young girls are... like they're very artistic, and I have a feeling their paternal grandmother is like a famous artist. Yeah, I think that's what she was saying. So they're very artistic. They like to draw and stuff. So I said, well, why don't I have some pieces ready to go It's now too late. I should have done it and put it in the bisque. It's now too late to do a bisque fire, but I thought what they could do is if I make some plates or platters or something and have it like leather hard, and then they can sketch into it, so they can do sgraffito if they wanted to as an option. And if they decide, no, actually I'll make the things, then I will just use the platters for something else. Yeah, so I got to do that. I have to do that. Anyway, let's get going, okay? I've chatted for long enough. Let's do it. Hello, welcome back to the Maker's Table. Hi, I'm here. So I just made a, remember I was just saying that I was going to make a couple of platters. I just made one and I'm really pleased with it. Let me show you. It's very heavy though. Like I made it quite thick. See, it's quite thick. But with platters, I think they kind of do need to be quite thick. Especially if you're going to do sgraffito. Like I want to give them enough room to do the things. Anyway, so I'm going to make a second one. And I just rolled this guy out. Oh, now I don't know if it's, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna be wide enough for what I need. We'll see. I'm just turning it around. I'll start on this side. Looks ridiculous, doesn't it? With all the cracks and creases. So it's been so lovely. I've just kind of just sat here and, well, actually I did watch a little bit of YouTube. I set up just in front of the table. I set up my old monitor that I used to use back in my corporate days. I'm like, I don't need this anymore, so I set it up so I can watch some YouTube and be less lonely in here. And my Nespresso got delivered, which I'm really excited about. But when I turned it off, I was kicking myself because the birds sound so beautiful out there. I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Why have I decided that YouTube would beat these gorgeous birds? It was good though. I watch a lot of other makers, obviously. And I've been watching, not today, this was another day that I watched this potter. She's also in Australia. She's, I think, in Hunter Valley, and she's currently working on basically my dream project. She's got her husband to build her a shed. I'm sure, I mean, I haven't been following along, so I don't know very much about what the story is, but a shed for workshops. But the shed is massive and with long, like tall ceilings, and it has like a washroom, and it has obviously a big area for workshops, and among other things. And I'm like, God damn it, that's amazing. I too want to do this. I found this oval. I don't know where I found it. I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this shape. Look at it, it's so beautiful. And you don't often see nice ovally shapes. And the other reason why I got it is because, hang on. Oh God, it's now stuck. Oh Lord. Because of the foot ring, it's quite thin, which makes it a good cutter. I have to go get us something. Hang on. I'll have to give you another tour of the studio, because I've changed heaps of stuff around. Because I was getting, well, this is what I do, because that's how my mind works. Like, I have to constantly move stuff around. Otherwise, I'm like, Now I can't concentrate because it's in my head. I'm looking for a cutter that I was literally just using 2 seconds ago. Where are you, sir? This one? Yeah. All right. So yeah, this see, makes it really easy to, that foot ring, like makes it really easy to cut through. Uh-oh. So anyway, so this potter, I cannot remember her name. Her shed looks amazing. And I was crushing on it hard. I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. So nice. Maybe I'll do something here. I don't know what, but something. Maybe I'll do something like a plate or something. The other bit of scrap that I had, I rolled up, wedged up, because I want to make, I've got a commission to make a big ass mug, and I'm really excited because clearly, like, it's for someone who really, really enjoys tea, like a lot of tea. So my kind of people. So ready? So no decorations or anything on this. I am simply just rolling it up, tidying it up, because I want the ladies to do the decorating. These two guys are my most favorite tools. They're just like, what? You don't need anything else, you know? And actually, during a lot of the workshops, especially with kids, I've stopped providing, I give them like, because I used to give them a whole set of the 8 essential tools. I used to give them the whole set to use or have in front of them as they make. But now I've limited them to a needle tool and a rib. A needle tool and a rib tool. And I was giving them sponges as well, and I'm actually going to take the sponges away too, because it distracts them, and because it's there, they feel like they have to use it, and you don't. Especially if you're hand building. Even the water, like slip, yeah, I get if you're joining stuff, but a lot of the times they're easy projects, and they're not, like, I don't have joining stuff, because I find that's a bit more, you really have to pay attention then. But with the kids, and within, just an hour, you don't really have time. So I'm like, they don't need water. When I first did my like in-class workshop, I stupidly put water in at the table, at each of their tables. Geez Louise, the mess. Oh God. I was like, oh, okay. And they had pretty much mud everywhere. You live and you learn. And so when I started doing these workshops, like the lunchtime workshops, I was like, no, I'm not giving anyone water. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, because the aircon's running, because it's so cold in the rooms. The clay's drying out, and it's drying out. I'm like, okay, I'll give you a fresh bit of clay. So, and then I just, and the other thing I've been doing, which I'm really proud of myself for, I've been reclaiming every single week. Like, so, whatever clay's left over, they just keep at their desk, and then I pack it up at the end of the session, and then I put it in a bucket, same thing, tiny bit of water, and then it homogenizes. And then the following week when I come in, I wedge that up and use that up first. So it's been really good. Like, there's been no wastage. I had bought, must have been 10 bags of clay, and I still have plenty left over. Like, it'll definitely do another term, I reckon. Definitely the rest of this term, but yeah, even another term. So that's been really good. Sweet little platter, very thick, but plenty of space. We'll give you plenty of space to do some sgraffito work on there. Yeah. I just wanted to show you, I just been rearranging. So I see the monitor, I've put that there so I can watch some while I sit at the table. And then I put up, I don't have much left from the last collection, but whatever I have, I've put here. So my book, I have to mail one out actually. Yeah, so I put some of that stuff. And then the cabinet I was talking about is this one. See, it's kind of like a bit random. And so this is the cabinet here that I wanted to tidy up. It's a little bit, to be honest, it's a waste of space, right? So I want to look through it and see, okay, what do I actually need? And then I want to do a little curtain for it. It should be easy enough to do, I think. Yeah. Cool. All right. Good morning, guys. Is it morning? Yes, still just morning. Okay, so it's been a while since I've filmed because things have been happening, like lots of things. So do you remember, I think the last time we caught up, I was sat on the couch and I was talking to you about a weekend workshop. So that has since happened. It was amazing. It went so well. The weather was beautiful. I just set up just in front of the studio. Like, I didn't want to be too far because I knew that when I have these workshops, like, there's a lot of, oh, should we use this and should we do this? And so I wanted to be like, ideally it would be lovely to set up in the garden and whatever, but I thought, oh, actually I want people to feel connected. Like, I wanted them to feel connected to the pottery studio. So that was really good. And then I also I finished up at the school. So their 5-week thing was done. I turned the kiln on. It's a manual kiln. I have no idea. Like, I've never operated a manual kiln in my life. So I had no idea what I was doing, but I figured it out. And I opened it yesterday. And guess what? There was literally no explosions. I was so happy with myself and things looked stunning. And I fired a couple of things that I made, like with the kids, with the parents, and they turned out really sweet. Like, I just did it white, like I just glazed it white. It looks incredible. So the big job for today, I don't have very long, I'm just looking at the time, but I have so many things to glaze, but particularly this guy. So I just spent time with Julie. So this is Julie's vase. I just spent time with Julie this morning, just kind of figuring out, we were just trying to figure out, you know, what colours would work with her walls in her house. Like, I really want it to be a piece that, you know, grows with the season, so she can bring in seasonal blooms. And so, yeah, trying to think of wattles and cherry blossoms and what colours would go with that. It's so much fun, actually. It's stressful because you're like, I don't know what my professional opinion is. I don't know, but together I think we're on the same wavelength. So it was really good. So we took our time and just really was very happy with our choice. So and the thing is, like, you just never know if it's actually going to turn out. So can you see, like, that's kind of the vibe we're going for. And it looks different. We just took it out into the sun and it looks different again. So I'm sure it'll look different on camera. So I'm going to do that. So I have to do that. And then I want to do 2 projects. So I've started a new series. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please come be my mate. But I started a new series on Friday, like from the Maker's Table, I think I called it. I can't even remember what I called it. Or Maker's Table cut, I can't remember. Anyway, so it's just really short projects that you can tackle at home. And yes, you can definitely use air dry clay, but anyway. But some of them are designed to be functional wear. So if you get your hand on some real clay and do these little mini projects, I'm almost certain there's a Pottery near you where you can get it fired. They always offer firing service. Like I do it with my kiln as well. If people want to get their things fired, like when I'm doing my firing, like it's no big deal for me to chuck 1 or 2 pieces in. So it's like a follow along type of series that I'm working on. So I want to do that. I want to do at least 2 projects. So I have something for this Friday, which I know is today's Thursday, so really cutting it short. And then I want to have something for next Friday so I can, get on top of things. I'm thinking of ways I can procrastinate glazing. That is what I'm doing, because behind you is lots and lots of workshop pieces that I need to glaze as well. But my focus is 5 cups and the vase to begin with. And I've already got a couple of glaze pieces that need to go in as well. So that's probably going to fill the kiln, to be honest, because with this vase, there's not a lot of space left. Yes, so come along.
The night breaks and the darkness melts away. When I walk with you, the footsteps are alight. The noise of the city disappears into the distance. The world will change if we are together. We hold hands and the wind caresses our cheeks. Your smile is so dazzling that time stops. The scenery I see with you is a special dream. If we are together, today will also shine. Go back to your room together. Let's drink a warm coffee latte. Just spending time next to you, my heart is relieved. Your voice is a pleasant melody. The gentleness that echoes in the quiet night. A vision of the future reflected in the depths of your eyes. Everything is bright when we are together. The starry sky outside the window. The time just the 2 of us continues. With those eyes that don't need words. Everything. Let's cut your room together. Let's drink a warm coffee latte. Just spending time next to you, my heart is relieved.
Hello, good morning. I'm going to make this really, really quick. You can see I'm in front of the kiln today because I have to open the kiln. It's Sunday and I don't like being in here on a Sunday because everyone's doing lawn work. But anyway, the kiln was actually, I looked at it yesterday and it was at 33 and now it's at 11 degrees. So it's totally okay to be open. There's not much in there, but there is that vase and I'm not ready. Are you ready? I'm not ready. Okay, let's do it. Turn it off first. Okay, here we go. Okay, All right, yep. All right. So this is all good. That's fine. Okay. Yee! Ready? So it's warped a little bit, but the color. What do you think? Oh my gosh. That color is a bit stunning. Hey? And it's not offensive in the front entry, I don't think. Anyway, we'll see what she thinks. She might be like, ew, that's gross. Okay, next. Oh, yeah. So I did some platters and I decided it would be a great idea to stack them on top of one another. That will pry off. That will probably not. I have a chisel. Let me get a chisel. They were test pieces that I was doing. Can you see? I put like a little sgraffito on it. You know, I'm obsessed with clouds and hot air balloons. The other one was a scenery that I've been drawing since I was very little. And then this one as well. They were like really rushed pieces. I just wanted to see what the glaze and the clay would do in my kiln rather than the school kiln. I just made these really quickly. I think that's super cute actually. But there's a crack. So like they're dud pieces, but it was just test. And then next, oh, holy yes. Oh, hang on a minute. I didn't realize that I had done them the same colors. Wow. I am in love. Like, can you see that? Oh my God. Glazes. So this is a set of 4. And yeah, I'm actually speechless. Like, it is so beautiful. Oh, look at it, guys. Look at this. Anyway, I cannot believe I've done it the same color as the vase and not realized. So I put this in it is ugly. Look, so I think that will be ditched, definitely. I'm just going to give it to Dee anyway and see what she wants to do with it. She's a bit like me, like waste nothing kind of mentality. What is that? The immigrant mentality? I don't know. But this one was the piece that she made. It's slumped a little bit down here, but how cute is she? Stop. So I did the inside matte or satin white, and I just wanted the clay to do majority of the, you know, work in terms of, you know, just, I think it's so important to show the clay off because it has its place, obviously. And then finally, this was Dee's as well. Wow, that is not a color I ever really use, but it's very pretty. It's like rose gold copper. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful platter, beautiful. Well done. So I'm a little bit annoyed about why I thought this would work. I have no idea, but I will. There's one joining point. Yeah, it's mainly one, just because it's slumped, and I knew that was going to happen. I knew, and I don't know why I think that I would be immune to glaze sticking with one another. But anyway, there it is. So a really, really tiny kiln opening, but I'm going to go inside because I am really cold out here. And my kids, I'm like, please, can you just watch a little bit of Bluey? I'll be right back. Thank goodness for Bluey. Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bluey people. Thank you. Anyway, I gotta go. Catch ya.